Hello and welcome to the video showcasing the Banished Cells dungeon in Elder Scrolls Online. We managed to get some playtime during the beta in February 2014, and you can see me using the grouping tool to find a group for this dungeon. Just go into the interface and it matches you up with other people to play the dungeon with. You could see me zoom in on the group right there, and this is the group window where it shows different roles for the people that are in your group, the roles that they picked. You can actually teleport to your group leader so you can get to the dungeon as quick as possible. This will take you to either the entrance or the way shrine, the closest to the dungeon itself. I've skipped a little bit straight to the action. You see here that we talk to the NPC that gives you the quest for the dungeon, and then you get to dispose of some of the trash mobs right there. As you can see, there's always a group of mobs that you need to fight. There's not necessarily a tank there in your group, so everyone has to take care of themselves, and then the healer has to help a bit by keeping you alive. AoE spells help a lot, and then I think you as a player need to focus on one enemy and then move on to the next. Blocking and disrupting enemy skills is very important in the game, so try and block as much as you can and break their skills as much as you can. Let me tell you a little bit about my character here. It was an experiment that my buddy and I did during this beta session, and this is basically an archer that we progressed only in archery skills and medium armor, because they complement each other. Archery skills spend stamina points, and medium armor helps you regenerate stamina better. So this build, there's different ways you can build your character in Elder Scrolls Online, and this was just a test, and we're not that happy how it turned out. It turns out you need to pick some of your class skills as well. That's gonna make your character much better. So during this dungeon run, I picked a health leech spell to help me mitigate some damage that I get from bosses. That's the 5th spell in my action bar down there. Because if you level your class skills as well, or at least one of your class skill lines, you will get an ultimate ability that you can only get through the class skill lines, and that's going to be a lot of help in messy situations. You see right there, I just got shield bashed by the mob, and you can actually disrupt that by clicking both your mouse buttons, and you should never miss the opportunity to disrupt enemy skills like that. So learn from my mistakes and don't ever do that. Right here we have come to the first boss of this instance. The boss has 2 ads that you need to dispose of first. They're regular mobs, so they're not that big of a deal. The boss itself has 2 abilities that you need to worry about, and one is a health leech thing. I'm going to tell you when it happens, and then the second is this magic missile projectile that you need to avoid if at all possible. So here we go, starting the boss fight. We killed those 2 ads fairly quickly, as you can see, and then this is the health leech thing. You see, I'm guessing that the best thing here would to have your healer help you with this and heal you through the leech itself, but if that doesn't happen, use your health potion, or just hope that you have enough health points invested in your character. I tried avoiding that leech thing before and hiding behind walls and everything, but that didn't help.
You live.
So here comes the story part of the instance. And then some blue loot as well. Pity I took a archer build and have no need for that shield at all.
He has escaped us today. We need to go after him.
Stay down, Keeper. You're injured. If the others yet live, we should find them, then deal with Release, if we can. He has already escaped. I will not suffer further dishonor by losing lives to him.
You're ever the optimist. An Altmer should not fear the end, Syrian. I would give the lives of all.
You've helped more than I could have hoped. Araldar, Baranil.
No one has time for quest text, so I'll just skip through those. The next boss is in this room, but you need to dispose of some of the mobs first, trash mobs. You need to activate the switches in this room to bring on wave 1 of skeletons, and then wave of imps, and then the boss itself. This boss is rather hard for a lot of people, and a lot of people died here, and I heard people complain in chat that they can't beat this boss. And it has several... Oh, watch me die right here. Okay, good job, noob. He has several abilities that you need to look after. He spawns a shadow copy of himself. You need to kill that as soon as possible because it deals as much damage as the boss does, but it has like very low health, and you can kill it with 3 hits. And then he charges you. He charges a random person, no matter if you're a tank or a healer or whoever. He charges a random person, knocks them down, and then he starts chomping on them. And taking down their health, and that's a really hard thing to survive. The best thing here would be to block, and if you block it, you can actually avoid a lot of the damage. And the alternative is for your healer to heal you through the chomping process.
What delightful folly is this? The Keepers have enlisted an outsider to face me? You fools have fallen so low!
We get the imps here. You can see how I pulled them all with that AoE. You just kind of kite them around, just run away. But try and stay close to your group buddies, because if your healer is there, he's going to be able to heal you a lot easier if you're close by. Going to for the distance is not the way to go in this game, so you can't spread out too thin. You can see that none of us have been in this dungeon before, or we have been here just a few times, and we don't know what to do next. And you just, press the switch there in the wall, and that's how you summon the boss. Here he comes. I'm kind of glad that I wasn't the one that drew aggro the first, but still, you see, this is the chomping bit, you see? And you can actually just stop it with the both mouse buttons pressed. And here's the shadow of the boss. You see I can kill it, but it does so much damage. You see it? And then I killed it with like 3 hits. So just dispose of that shadow as soon as possible. I get chomped on again, and this time I didn't block, and well, you see the outcome of that. Yeah, so we wiped there, and this is attempt number 2. Pew pew. So you see, it still picks a random person to attack. So this is what the developers of Elder Scrolls Online have been saying the whole time. You know, you can be a tank, but it still doesn't mean that you're going to be able to hold aggro the whole time, especially with bosses. So the bosses practically pick who they want to kill on some logic of their own, not like an aggro meter or something. So the tank constantly has to try and get aggro on himself. Here I get chomped again, but then one of the friends comes over and helps me by breaking the chomping process, right? And that's the key to winning here in this battle. Here comes the shadow. Killed the shadow real quick. You need to stay out of that red circle if you don't want to get damaged real bad. Shadow again, and then you can see how he charged that guy over there and killed him straight away, but luckily he had only a couple of % health left, so we managed to kill it. Not spectacular loot, but still that was a satisfying fight. We get to kill someone with Crash here, but nothing we can't handle. I'm using a third-person view here because it gives me more awareness of the surroundings, and I think in dungeons and boss fights this is superior to first-person mode, but when I'm adventuring alone, I usually use the first-person mode, depending on my mood. We see the third boss here, and he has a lot of ads, and then he spawns that one more ad that you need to fight as well. We're gonna wipe here a couple of times, I think. Just try and kill all the ads first. Try to kill the weakest ones first. Each of you should kill one of the ads as quickly as possible, and then move on to the stronger ads and then to the boss. I think you have to be also careful not to pull all of the ads onto yourself. You see these mages, these can be killed very easily, and they should be killed first. And we really didn't know what to expect. I don't think any of us were here before, so we were just kind of learning, and then this guy pulls the mobs again without the rest of the group being here, but we soldier on, you know. And I think we managed to kill all the ads here. You see, I can pretty much single-handedly kill one of the ads, you know, and then move on to the next mage ad, and then this is the boss, and he's pretty tough, especially because he has that this is the ad right there. You see how it summoned? I'm not sure if you can stop him from doing that by using your double mouse click, but you can see that he has an animation for that. So this is the third attempt right here, and I think we're going to be much more prepared this time around. And there's no ads because they do not respawn, so that's a cool thing. And you can see how its health, it goes down real quick. Look, there's a summoning animation right here, and he can summon the ad easily. But you see how he got interrupted by the rogue right there? That's for another skill. I think that's for the fireballs.
By the Empyrean light.
Has he been slain?
This is not the model of well-being, but he lives. Are you satisfied, Syrian? I'm eager to pursue the High Kinlord.
Patience, Aruldar. I need you to heal him. And Immeril is still unaccounted for. We'll need her to face Release.
That was the story time, and
there's one keeper left. She's in the deepest. Immeril guards the area.
yeah, quest text. No thanks. We had a little time to spend in the game, just a couple of days, and I just wanted to get through the whole thing as soon as possible. This is the last boss we're gonna see in this dungeon. There is one more boss afterwards, but we didn't get to do it because one of the group members left, and then it was really hard to find someone else because it was something like 3 AM. And we're gonna try and get you footage for the last boss of this dungeon, and a complete guide for how to defeat it, if at all possible, very soon. You see, one of the guys just pulled too many onto him and got trampled over. As you can see, like, some of the game is, it feels like it's easy, like all these trash mobs are like easy, but you can actually die fairly quickly, and you just have to keep your concentration up the whole time. If you want to be done within 5 hours, you know. I've attacked this mob from behind while stealthed, but in the sense of a Skyrim stealth where you crouch and you get hidden, and I think that should produce a critical hit. And as an archer, that's a big advantage because your first hit is the biggest one, and then you just, by the time he gets to you, you've already killed it. You know, whether with your regular attacks or your class attacks, class skills. There's so many different builds that you can try and experiment with. We didn't have a respect shrine in the beta, but I believe that it is in the game, and you can change your builds. So here's the last boss of this video. He summons 3 ads and has some ads already there, some imps that you need to dispose of. So the first thing you should do is probably kill all those ads. You see those 3 skeletons over there? He just summoned them. And do not stand within the red circle in the pentagram. You know, the pentagram itself should be enough to tell you that that is not a good place to stand in. So he's not a very bright bright boss. He just kind of pummels everything around it and then summons these skeletons. So just try and kill the ads and then avoid his damage, you know. The whole point of this fight, from my standpoint, was, you know, kite. And I wasn't very good at it, which you're gonna see in a minute. Thunk. There we go. So you are not supposed to do that. You can see my group buddies being much more successful at avoiding his hits, and I'm gonna stay in this spectator mode to show you how the boss can be defeated easily, even with the first try ever. Just if you avoid the damage that he does in melee, and then avoid the red circle that he creates. And the skeleton himself, just not that big of a deal.
Over there, Verona. We've found her.
I see her. Let's hope she lives. We'll need her before the day is done.
She's going to be fine with a little restoration. We should be considering how to handle the High King Lord.
Even if we defeat him, how do we control him? He's already escaped once. If we could control him with magic, perhaps this wouldn't have happened. What do you think, Syria? Fight fire with fire?
Stay your tongue, Veranil. You insult your lineage by even thinking it. Does the High King Lord's fate appeal to you so? We go with my plan and divide his essence among us. He can't escape his prison if he's not whole. We're fortunate no one has. Before he escaped, we kept Relissa's soul encased in a single binding stone, passed down by the Keepers for ages. It's not as macabre as it sounds. He has no body. I speak of his soul. The Keepers will siphon him. You have the most difficult task of all. We need to attract Relissa's attention.
Thank you for watching. This was our first Elder Scrolls Online video showcasing the Banished Cells dungeon. Visit Tessa Life for all the guides about dungeons and Sky Shard locations and Lorebook locations. And we'll see you in the next video.